Back to RBG Esports, the Gauntlet, number 11. We are well on our way to the finals of this week's bracket. We are in the semifinal round. We've got Sweatpants in Public and Satisfaction in the upper end of the bracket. And down on the other side of the bracket, we have Draak Esports versus Prestige, which is the game that we are about to watch right now once we get into that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters.
Yeah.
Draak Esports, we've got J Cubed, Preferex or Preferex, I'm going to say, and Ghost. I'm familiar with J Cubed, at least his name. So I'm expecting a good showing from them. We already saw Prestige play against Flight Theory earlier, which they had a really strong showing. It was a pretty close series.
Yeah. I'm impressed they made it to the semifinals, though. Like, that's quite a tall task, and I think they're going to have quite a challenge here against J-Cube's team.
So Prestige will be Swoops, Krios, and Elaine Dodger. I believe we were seeing a lot of Krios in that last series that we saw them in. So looking forward to seeing more of him. He was using the Dominus, making big hits, making big plays, scoring a lot of Prestige's goals. We haven't seen Draak Esports play yet tonight. However, looks like they've swept both of the teams they've played, including Helios.
Wow.
And Helios is K-Frost, Zoctanes, and Nib, which we actually had pretty high expectations for. So if they were able to 2-0 sweep Helios, I think we can expect a really good showing from them here in this semifinal match.
At this point, I'm thinking Sweatpants in Public, Draak Esports Grand Final, until proven otherwise, because we've got two really strong teams. And I was impressed with Prestige in the first round, but maybe they were playing to the level of their opponents or something. Maybe they're getting warmed up, but I wasn't blown away with like the level of mechanics they were displaying, and the rotation seemed a little wonky at times. So interesting to see that they made it this far, and I'm hoping they prove me wrong and we can see an upset, because I think they're definitely the underdog in this match.
Just from what we saw of Prestige, then going on to watch Scraps and Satisfaction, it did definitely seem like
a step up,
next level. A pretty drastic step up, gameplay and mechanics wise. So
it was also a step deeper into the tournament, so that they might have been more warmed up. But
yeah, and we did kind of put them on ice for a little bit as we got their first game figured out. So it could have been a matter of them being cold. It could have been any number of things. But we also haven't seen Draak Esports play tonight, so there's a little bit of an unknown factor there as well.
Absolutely. We don't know what we're going to see, but judging by the path of destruction they've left in the bracket and the previous criticisms we were saying about Prestige, I think it's clear which is which team has the upper hand. But in terms of predictions, I'm not gonna predict the upset. I'm gonna say that Draak's gonna take it. I think they're just gonna be the higher level team from my experience with J Cubed and seeing him play. And it seems like he's got a strong team with him, so I'm excited to see that. But yeah, Prestige, they narrowly made it out of the first round, so that doesn't exactly give me, tons of confidence in them, 2 rounds later in the semifinals. So maybe they'll, prove me wrong, but I'm going to go against them in this one and predict Draak.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. We know that the Helios Esports team is a very strong roster, so the fact that Draak Esports was able to take 2 clean games off of them in a row, I've got high hopes for them. It would be really cool to see Prestige win. It's always cool to see that underdog, the team that you don't expect to win, to come up and really show up. So if they do win, I'm not going to be upset at all. I think that would be awesome for them. I'd love to see them go into the finals.
Definitely.
But from what I know right now, I'm going to have to go with Draak Esports.
Okay, so this time the predictions are going to be they're not going to be split. They're going to be the same.
That's right.
So now it's us versus the teams on the field. Hopefully Prestige can, prove us wrong, and we can both be wrong together, because this time you know, there might not be anybody that's right in the prediction game. But it looks like we're getting started down on the field. A familiar face of Prestige if you've been tuning into this entire broadcast. You saw them earlier, and they're back. Grizzled veterans of this event.
And now we've got Prestige in the blue. They were orange last time. They're now in the blue, and we've got Draak Esports in the orange. Preferex tries to read that one off the wall, but goes sailing past. JQ puts it in the corner lane. Dodger now keeping control for Prestige.
I mean, already, I think the plays we're seeing Prestige go for top what they did in the first series, and
that was nutty. No one was expecting that. There was no one on that side of the field.
Oh, Preferex
expecting that
last
touch.
second forward dodge to flip it
I
over
don't even know if
Whiffles.
that's what he was going for, but I would love to believe that it is.
Yeah,
that was so perfect.
That's a pickpocket play right there. The goalie had no idea there was another defender in the or an attacker in the zone, and just out of nowhere.
I didn't even see that there was an opportunity for them to score. And Preferex now setting one sailing in from the other side of the goal. Prestige kind of needs to figure this out and figure out how to not be on their heels every time the ball goes toward their goal. So we've now seen 2 goals for Preferex that he's made look relatively easy.
Yeah, and Krios didn't have a whole lot of boost and wasn't in exactly a conservative position on defense. So now they're going to have to be looking for shots at any point in the field because they're really getting surprised on multiple fronts right now.
That's right. If they can get this ball over to Draak Esports' side like they are now and keep it there, then they might be able to keep up enough pressure to open up some opportunities to score. But with clears like that and follow-ups like that, it's going to be hard to keep any semblance of pressure on Draak Esports. And we're seeing this next level of skill that we were talking about coming from all of the Draak Esports players. J-Cube now putting one high off of Prestige's backboard. Preferex actually missing that one. And Elaine Dodger gets the save off of their own crossbar.
And it seems like right now, Draak Esports' MO is just, let's surprise them. They're doing all these things that are just unexpected, out of view, and just trying to catch Prestige off guard. So I think if they keep surprising them...
That could have been a goal for Prestige.
Look at Elaine. He's trying to do surprising stuff of his own.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of make those counterattacks that show, hey, we're not afraid to be aggressive like that as well. Because if you show the opponent that you're going to be on your heels the whole game, they're definitely going to take advantage of that.
Yep.
J-Cube keeping this one in the corner. It's going to go out to Swoops. Ghost puts it away. Preferex now with the follow-up. Elaine Dodger waiting at midfield. Puts it off of Drax. Backboard. Krios with the follow-up, but no goal.
I don't think he knew.
Ball control here. Takes it up the corner. Does he see his teammate J-Cubed? He does, but J-Cube doesn't see him going for the pass. And that's going to give possession over to Prestige. A nice pass off the backboard by Swoops, but a teammate not close enough for a follow-up.
Yeah, I think there's been a couple missed opportunities from Prestige where the ball comes out in front of the net and nobody's there to finish it. So kind of a similar problem we were seeing last series. If they can be confident in their teammates to get that pass, they need to be there to score it.
That's right, and it might be like last series as well, where we just need to see them put one goal in and then start playing like they can score, just like we saw with Satisfaction.
Yeah, that's a metric to see the team's confidence, if they're there for those passes. If you're seeing a lot of empty balls rolling from the net like that, I mean, he was there, but...
Oh, I wanted Swoops to get that so bad. Elaine Dodger with a banger off the wall, though. He's going to put one in. Putting that goal deficit down to 1 for Prestige. Worldwide. Wide.
Boats and friends.
Elaine Dodger's feeling good about that one. His teammates have got to be feeling good, too, now. Minute and 50 seconds left. Anything can happen in this game.
Yeah, we'll have a series on our hands. Hopefully we can keep it close, keep it in as a nail biter as it is right now.
Those are always more exciting to watch. Krios with the failed clear. Preferex reading that, but not able to score off of it. Elaine Dodger now has a chance to clear the ball, but Ghost is waiting. Ghost with a nice ceiling shot, follows it up really quickly. J-Cube now dropping it down. Prestige kind of scrambling to clear that away, but they will get it.
Yeah, the entire Prestige team was boostless by the post right there. I don't think that's exactly what they want, but...
That looks way too familiar. I relate to that way too much.
Yes.
That happens to us so much. Preferex now putting one off the wall for his teammate, Ghost.
Where's the defense?
Ghost actually centering it for the other team, but Krios not quite there. Ghost gets that demo on Swoops that could open up a push for Draak. Krios now putting one high. Swoops waiting at midfield. Maybe he can get a pass off. Misses the pass opportunity, and Krios puts one just a little too high off of the crossbar, but Swoops is coming off the side wall to put it back center. Both of his teammates are getting back. They need to regroup and get boost before they can make another push like that. And Krios still trying to go strong, still being aggressive, trying to force one in, but unable to find that goal. Draak now back on offense as J-Cube gets challenged and the ball goes to the corner. Elaine Dodger putting it up the wall. 12 seconds on the clock for Prestige to put another one in, and it is not looking good right now unless they can get a ball to go up high and keep it there to have any sort of opportunity to put this into overtime. Elaine Dodger keeping it up, but J-Cube meets it, and that one's going to hit the ground, and that'll be game one for Draak Esports.
Good on Prestige for keeping it close, and I love to see Swoop pushing up super far into the offensive zone with 10 seconds left. Unfortunately, he got demoed and got a free ticket home, but they can be, you know, happy with how they performed in the last minute there. They kept it in a 1-goal game, and they kept their aggression up as the clock wound down there.
Yeah, if I were Prestige, I would be very proud of keeping it to a 1-goal game.
Definitely.
And I think they started to kind of find their stride there toward the end, especially after that first goal, but they just let too many go in that first minute or so. And are all the players... Yeah, okay, all the players are in the game. Clock's counting down, and we are off. Preferex taking that ball away. Met by Elaine Dodger in the corner, who actually accidentally passed it to Ghost. Ghost drops it down, but it will be cleared by Krios. Krios staying on it now.
Swoops just went for a bump, but ended up getting bumped. He's really having bad luck.
Yeah, again, way too relatable.
Yeah. And after he got demoed with 10 seconds left last game, he's really got to assert himself more in the offensive zone when he's going for demos.
Absolutely. You have to kind of read the mind of your opponent and not try to speed up in a weird way that'll accidentally put your car in front of theirs.
Exactly.
That can be very hard to do sometimes.
That's exactly what I saw
now taking this one up the wall. He's got options at midfield. Swoops is up. That ball's going to drop down. Ghost read that like a book, though. Gets the clear. Elaine Dodger's going to put it over Ghost. J-Cube now hitting it from backfield. A nice redirect from Ghost to keep it in their possession, but Krios is going to dish that one away to their corner. Krios now putting it forward, met by Ghost once again. Ghost has an opportunity to challenge this just to keep it on the Prestige side. Draak is the kind of team that as long as they can keep possession of the ball, they're going to keep that pressure up, and they're going to keep getting shot opportunities. But until they can find that goal, it's not really going to matter. Preferex chilling in goal, waiting to see what Krios does with this. He'll challenge, but not get any contact with it. Elaine Dodger now putting this down. No teammate to be found. Elaine Dodger again putting one up in front of the goal. Prestige getting so close to having opportunities, but there's just too many goalies.
It really
seems
from
like Draak Esports.
Draak is cool, calm, and collected right now. Besides it being 0-0, I think they're very confident in their ability to outlast Prestige and win the series. Even if, say, they drop game 2 by some weird goal, they just seem confident.
Absolutely, and as Prestige is scrambling on defense, they are going to have an opportunity to regroup as Draak kind of just let that ball go. Krios now gets the high clear. J-Cube picks it up over to Preferex. Preferex puts it off the top of the backboard, and Ghost is there finally. Draak gets what they want.
Yep. And this kind of felt like an inevitability. Ghost with an absolute banger. You see, Elaine Dodger, I think he thought it was an inevitability as well. It was just a free shot there as long as you hit it very hard. So the relentless pressure from Draak, it just, it was destined that they were going to score. Yeah. So now they have to answer.
I do think it's cool to see that both teams have the same composition of cars. It's 2 Octanes and a Dominus on each team, which we actually see a lot on like pro teams too. Like I know Gimmick on Cloud9 plays the Dominus. Right. J Cubed now finding an opportunity up high to put that one down. He was challenged, but the challenger just didn't quite get there. A nice pass over from Ghost. Actually, with a double commit, Preferex was there too. They put all their eggs in that basket, but it worked out for them.
They did. It was such a good pass. You know, you had to go for it twice, but it didn't really matter. It wasn't some pinch. J Cubed hit it on his own, and it was just a guaranteed goal. So it didn't matter if there's a goalie.
Prestige now trying to make a retaliation. This game's looking eerily familiar to the first. Down 2-0 with 2 minutes left.
Oh, and looking eerily familiar to the last time they had it on the goal line. Prestige just getting so close.
Finishing their plays. It's really unfortunate to see. Elaine Dodger now finally putting one over to the far side of the goal.
Elaine turns and just shoots it really fast. That was beautiful. Preferex
that was a nice drift turn to get turned around there. Preferex didn't have nearly enough time to get set up for the save.
Yeah, on those turns, when you have to shoot it like that and you don't have any momentum, it's very difficult to get speed on it, but Elaine Dodger, he did an air roll to get extra power, and that was what he had to do.
Ghost popping this one up over the goal. J Cubed ready for it. Ghost also going for it. All 3 members of Draak still playing very confidently.
Yep.
They're very confident in their quarter rotations. They say, I can get back in time. Don't worry about me. I'm playing offense still, but I can play defense if I'm needed.
I'll get there.
But so far they haven't really needed to since the last face-off. Ghost again making another push forward. Preferex, did he get a flip reset? He did.
He did.
Oh, someone clipped that.
That's insane. What a flip reset. He knew he got it. See as he boosts down and then he uses it right there to get a shot. Krios just doesn't have a chance. I think it was an accidental flip reset. He didn't go for it, I don't believe, but if you can realize that you got it, it doesn't matter if you went for it. You can use it. And so he had an extra flip, and you know, a shot out of nowhere is a great way to score.
Being able to improvise like that on the fly, and now know that you have that. Oh, that was a goodness!
An air roll, just doink. That was a cannon. Look at that.
That's a Dominus shot right there.
That is an absolute.
He flips his car upside down, so he gets that extra upward lift.
Yep, textbook Dominus shot.
So much power on that ball.
Yeah, and to touch on earlier how the car composition on each team, there's 1 Dominus and 2 Octanes. I think it's really good to have that because, you know, a team can get used to challenging Octane hitboxes, but if you just throw a Dominus in there every once in a while, you'll catch him off guard. And I think that's been happening a few times this series.
Yeah, that power factor is very important. Dominuses can really easily get banger clears. Yep. And I've seen Dominuses be able to dunk Octanes really well in the past as well. So you're very right. All right, and Draak Esports now just maintaining their lead, maintaining possession of the ball. Prestige kind of struggling to get any sort of play to happen. 15 seconds left. I think we can go ahead and call this one for Draak Esports. Really good showing from Prestige in that first game. I think Draak got a little bit in their heads this game. But I do think we saw the better team win out in this series. Draak Esports now with another 2-0 sweep. They have not lost yet.
Draak almost had twice as many shots as Prestige. They were just outplaying them consistently, and you could just see they were oozing confidence even when it was 0-0. Even when they were getting almost scored on. And Prestige just didn't really have what it takes to get it over the goal line. There were so many times when the ball was just empty in front of an empty net and no one was there to score it, and it would bounce off the crossbar, and just frustrating things for Prestige. I'm sure they're going to be a little frustrated, but I think they should be very happy with how they performed. They kept it at a 1-goal game almost like maybe 80% of that series. At the end, it kind of fell apart, but you know, Game 1 and most of Game 2 was very close, so they have to be proud of how they did in the semifinals.
Oh, absolutely. To play against a strong team like that as well as they did, there's a lot to be said for that. So Draak Esports will move on to the finals of this gauntlet. And it does look like we're going to have to take another break. Sweatpants in Public versus Satisfaction are only about 15 minutes into their series. I think I thought it was going to start around the same time as this streamed series, but that being said, yeah, we can only do so much. But stay tuned. We will be back after a break, and we will be here with more Rocket League action for you
in our grand final. We'll be right back.
Yeah, Dan, do you have a sign off for this one?
We'll be right back.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Wait.